No sirens, no tweets from the White House. Just hundreds of containers of American goods stuck at the Canadian border. No one knew what was going on until the news broke. Ottawa had launched a ban targeting specific American products. Trump's fury was immediate, accusing Canada of a blatant betrayal under the guise of peace, demanding retaliation. But why did Canada take such a bold step and reveal the 10 American products that Canada has just banned, along with the chilling truths behind these actions? 10. Budweiser and Coors, the bitter divide. Budweiser and Coors, two iconic American beers, were once staples at dinner tables and stadiums from Texas to Toronto. Today, they're being pushed out of Canada, not because of taste, not because of quality, but because of politics, culture, and national pride. After Bud Light's controversial U.S. ad campaign featuring the transgender community, backlash has spilled across the border. Canadian consumers once loyal to these brands are now choosing to support domestic beer. This isn't just about beer, it's a statement. 9. Jack Daniels and whiskey from icon to outcast. Jack Daniels, synonymous with American freedom and culture, has now found itself unwelcome in Canada. Once revered in Canadian bars and homes, tariffs imposed by the U.S. on Canadian steel and aluminum.
We're going to bring it from 25% to 50%, the tariffs on steel.
Triggered retaliatory actions, making American whiskey prohibitively expensive. As a result, Canadians are now choosing local brands like Canadian Club and 40 Creek. Jack Daniels, once an American symbol, is now a casualty of a trade war it never started. 8. Disney, from dreamers to nightmares. Once a magical name for every Canadian family, Disney is now facing widespread boycott, but not from the government, it's the people. The live-action remake of The Little Mermaid sparked controversy over its racial portrayal, while Disney's cross-border media power is seen as a force pushing American ideology. In Canada, Disney is no longer just about dreams. It's viewed as an American giant trying to dictate culture. Is this a cultural threat or a fight for Canadian identity? 7. Nike, Columbia, Levi's, fashion. That's losing its appeal. From Nike sneakers to Levi's jeans, American fashion brands once ruled Canadian closets. But now brands like Nike, Columbia, and Levi's are quietly being rejected. Accusations of forced labor and poor working conditions in supply chains have led to a shift. Canadians are turning to local brands like Canada Goose and Roots, who prioritize transparency and ethical production. Fashion is no longer just about clothes. It's about a moral stand against American corporate practices. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more updates and content. We've got plenty more coming your way. 6. Ford and GM, the American auto industry. Faces rejection. Ford and GM were once the pride of North American automotive manufacturing, but now they're losing ground in Canada. Following tariffs imposed by the U.S. on Canadian aluminum and steel, the Canadian government retaliated with taxes on American-made cars. As a result, many Canadians are opting for Japanese brands like Toyota and Honda or European electric cars, turning their back on what they view as symbols of U.S. corporate arrogance. 5. American packaged goods and peanut butter. From pantry staple to pushed aside, American packaged goods from Skippy peanut butter to Spam were once a fixture in Canadian supermarkets. But now many Canadian consumers are choosing to eat clean, local, and organic. Health concerns over preservatives and additives banned in Canada or Europe are pushing American food products off the shelves. This shift is about more than taste. It's about health, ethics, and supporting local industries over imported ones. 4. Walmart U.S. Losing the low-cost battle. Walmart, the titan of American retail, is slowly losing its grip in Canada. Despite having over 400 stores across the country, many Canadians are turning to local supermarkets. Walmart is seen not just as an American retail giant, but as a symbol of aggressive capitalism that threatens local businesses. In post-pandemic Canada, people are prioritizing supporting local economies, and Walmart's low-price promises are no longer enough to keep consumers loyal. 3. Harley-Davidson. The roar of the American dream fades. Harley-Davidson, once a symbol of rebellion and freedom, is now facing rejection in Canada. After the U.S. imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, Canada responded by imposing its own tax on American products, including Harley-Davidson motorcycles. As a result, sales have plummeted, and many Canadian bikers are choosing electric motorcycles or European brands. In Canada, owning a Harley is no longer just about the bike. It's a statement about rejecting outdated American values. 2. Amazon U.S. The quiet boycott. Amazon, once a convenient solution for Canadian consumers, is now a target of growing disdain. With accusations of exploitation and anti-union practices, more and more Canadians are choosing to shop at local platforms like Simon's and Indigo. Amazon may not be banned, but Canadian consumers are quietly boycotting it by simply choosing not to click. This isn't just about convenience, it's a stand against American corporate power. 1. U.S. Netflix content, the final straw for Canadian viewers. Once a must-have for every Canadian household, U.S. Netflix is now being quietly rejected. The problem isn't the price, it's the content. Many Canadians are turned off by the violent, overly sexualized, and politically charged programming. As domestic platforms like CBC Gem and Crave rise in popularity, U.S. Netflix is seen less as a source of entertainment and more as a tool for spreading American cultural hegemony. With Canadians demanding more Canadian content, Netflix is losing its place in Canadian homes. Conclusion: as the ban list grows, the question remains, is this simply a political move, or is it a sign of something deeper? A growing resistance to American products and values. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more updates and content. We've got plenty more coming your way.